You are 12 years old, and you have never held a weapon in your life. You live in a small settlement on the outskirts of Hyrule, and nobody there knows your name. They know your face. They've seen you at the market, at the road, sitting at the edge of things, watching the world move without you. You are not angry, not yet. You just feel like the world has a door that everyone else knows how to open, and you're standing outside it in the rain. You don't find the Yiga clan. They find you. A man in a red mask crouches down in front of you one afternoon on a dirt road outside of town. He's not threatening about it. He doesn't grab you or raise his voice. He just looks at you for a long moment, the way someone looks at a tool they've been searching for. And then he says he's been watching you for a while. He says most people your age are soft and distracted and full of themselves. He says you are none of those things. He tells you that the royal family of Hyrule, the people who run everything and decide who matters, they took something from your ancestors. They called Sheikah technology dangerous, ordered it buried, and when the Sheikah who refused to comply pushed back, they were branded traitors and cast out. He says your bloodline is one of those families. He says the people in power have been calling you an outcast since before you were born. And then he holds out his hand. You take it. The first thing they give you is a uniform. It's simple, dark fabric, and it smells like someone else wore it before you. They don't give you a sword. They tell you to keep your sickle, not a sword. He says a sword is a warrior's weapon. A sickle is a farmer's tool. And when someone sees a farmer coming down the road, they don't move their hand to their weapon. They wave. That's the whole point. You are a Yiga Footsoldier now, and your job has almost nothing to do with fighting. Your entire existence at this rank is built around one skill, making people trust you. You don't walk into towns as a killer. You walk in as a traveler, a researcher, a merchant passing through. You sit at campfires with strangers and listen to them talk about their lives. You share food. You laugh at their jokes. You ask them about their families. And then, when the moment comes, when the target is close enough and their guard is fully down, you reach for the sickle at your hip, and it's over before they understand what happened. No warning, no duel, no honor, just the gap between one breath and the next. The first time you do it, your hands shake for 3 days afterward. The second time, they don't shake at all. And that terrifies you more than the shaking did. You spend months like this, rotating between disguises, a traveling merchant near Akala, a researcher near Hateno, a fancy person on the road to Zora's domain who just wants to ask for directions. The duplex bow stays hidden under your cloak. The sickle stays at your hip under a fold of fabric. You get very good at reading people, at knowing exactly how long to wait, exactly when someone has stopped thinking about danger. It's a miserable kind of skill to be good at, but you are good at it. And the clan notices. There's a man at the hideout named Doran. He's been a foot soldier for 6 years, and he's the best one they have. He takes you under his arm, City, not because he's kind, but because he sees something in you worth sharpening. He teaches you how to read a target's posture, how to tell when someone is about to run versus about to fight, how to vanish into a crowd so completely that even someone looking directly at you stops seeing you. He is the closest thing to a mentor you have ever had. You never had a father or a mother, and now you had someone who is willing to take care of you. Remember that. Because here's something the Yiga clan will teach you early, and it will take you years to understand what it actually means. The oath you swore when you joined is not to Kohga. It's not to any living person. The kill order on their primary target, the standing mission that drives everything the clan does, doesn't stop if the leader dies. It doesn't pause, it doesn't get reconsidered. It is inherited. It runs through the organization like blood through a body, and it will keep running long after every person who started it is gone. You didn't join a faction. You joined a purpose that existed before you were born and will continue after you're dead. At the time, that felt like belonging, like finally being part of something that couldn't be taken away. You'll think about that differently later. You earn your promotion to Blademaster the hard way. There's a test, 3 foot soldiers, under a minute, in the training pit at the hideout. You put all 3 down in 41 seconds, and the Blademaster running the station doesn't clap or congratulate you. He just nods once and hands you the wind cleaver. It's enormous, a 2-handed blade that hums faintly when you hold it. And the first time you swing it, you feel the air split in front of you like fabric tearing. The wind crescent that launches forward is wide and low and fast. It doesn't ask permission. This is when you stop being a walking ambush and start being something a target genuinely cannot outrun. As a Blademaster, you don't need disguises anymore. You don't need to wait. You can vanish mid-fight, blink through space itself, reappear behind someone, and drive the blade down before they finish turning around. The teleportation isn't just a trick, it's a message. It means there is no distance that saves you. There is no corner to turn, no door to close, no sprint fast enough to matter. You are the end of the road, and you arrive from whatever direction the target least expects. You are also given access to the intelligence work now, the real stuff. Reconnaissance on high-value targets, monitoring movements, watching relationships. And this is where you learn something that changes how you see the whole operation. The Yiga don't just kill people. They wait for the exact right moment to kill people. The attempted assassination on Princess Zelda wasn't a raid. It wasn't chaotic. It was timed specifically around a personal falling out between her and her protector. Someone in the clan had been watching that relationship for weeks, tracking the tension, waiting for the moment she was completely alone and emotionally exposed. The violence came last, the psychological work came first. That's what you're doing now. You're not a soldier, you're a scalpel. Doran is still a foot soldier. You outrank him now, and there's an awkward dinner at the hideout where nobody acknowledges it out loud, but everyone feels it. He smiles at you across the table. It looks real. You smile back. You've both gotten very good at making things look real. 3 months later, you get the order. A foot soldier has been compromised. He's been feeding information to a Sheikah elder outside the clan. Small things. Nothing critical, but enough. The order comes from Kohga's inner circle, and it lands on your desk because you are the highest ranking member in the field that week. The name on the order is Doran. You find him at dusk on the road outside Akala, in the same spot where he first taught you how to disappear into a crowd. He's sitting on a rock, eating a mighty banana, and when he sees you coming, he doesn't run. He just looks at you with this expression that you will never be able to describe to anyone, because there are no words in Hyrule for what a man looks like when he already knows. He says he's sorry. You tell him. You know. You bring the wind cleaver down once, clean and fast because he taught you that much. And then you stand there in the dark for a long time. And the road is completely silent, and you realize that the shaking in your hands from the very first kill, the shaking that stopped after the second one, is back, and this time, it doesn't go away for weeks. You carry that with you all the way to the top. Kohga doesn't give up his seat. Nobody in the Yiga clan does. You take it. It happens in the depths of the depths, in the dark below Hyrule, where Kohga has been building his ridiculous contraptions and laughing too loud at his own jokes. You've watched him for months from a distance, the banana obsession, the theatrical speeches, the way he floats above his machines like he's performing for an audience that isn't there. You've wondered how many people have made the mistake of thinking that means he's harmless. He is not harmless. He comes from a bloodline of killers spanning at least 4 generations. Every ancestor in that line has held this clan together through sheer inherited ferocity, and the comedy is the mask, not the man. but masks are something you know a lot about by now. The fight is brutal. He's faster than he looks. And the spiked machinery he's built down here in the dark is genuinely dangerous. He catches you across the ribs with a stone pillar on the second phase, and you feel something crack. You keep moving anyway, because you learned a long time ago that stopping is the only thing that actually kills you. You take the hit, you close the distance, and when it's finally over, when Kohga is on the ground and the contraption is sparking and smoking behind him, he looks up at you with an expression that is almost impressed. He doesn't beg, you'll give him that. You sit in his chair for the first time that night, in the hollow dark of the depths, and the clan that once found you on a dirt road outside a town that didn't know your name now answers to you. The kill order is still running. The mission is still the mission. Nothing about the purpose has changed because the purpose was never about any one person. It was always the oath, the bloodline, the inherited fury of people who chose pride over peace 1,000 years ago and handed the bill down to every generation that followed. You think about Doran, you think about the 12-year-old on the edge of a Hyrulean road, watching other people walk into a world that felt closed to you. You got in, you got all the way in, and somewhere between the first kill and the last one, between the sickle and the wind cleaver and the chair you're sitting in right now, you stopped asking whether this was the right door to open. You just kept walking through it. That's the thing nobody tells you about the Yiga clan. The belonging was real. The cost was just higher than they told you at the start. If you made it this far and you're a Zelda lore person, drop a comment and tell me which rank you'd actually survive. Because I think most people overestimate themselves on the Blademaster test. Subscribe if you're new, because this channel goes deep on this stuff every single week, and I'd hate for you to miss the next one. You started at the bottom. You made it to the top. The question is what you're willing to carry to get there. Love y'all.